Spiritually, to manage these thoughts is to start working with the universal superconscious mind. Don't go into a battle with these thoughts. Hello selfies, how you all doing? I hope all is well. I am doing well, my peace and blessings. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're continuing our topic, intrusive thoughts, which we discussed last week, or we started last week, and we defined what they are, who's responsible for them, and where are they coming from. And if you have not seen that, please go ahead and watch that video first, so that way you are able to understand how to treat them and how to manage them, or how to prevent them from coming into your life, right? So now let's talk about how to manage these thoughts. They are unpleasant, they are unwelcoming, right? And they are involuntary. So we concluded that these thoughts are coming from within, and you are also responsible for these thoughts. But remember, selfies, they are your thoughts, but they are collectively someone else's thoughts. It's just that you're attracting them to you based on your behaviors, right? So remember that word, based on your behaviors. So the treatment plan for this, it's a behavioral modification. That's really what the treatment is based on, because it can be Mr. X's idea or images or thoughts, because Mr. X is negative and your behavior is congruent with Mr. X's negativity. Now you're making these thoughts yours. But in the reality, they're really not your thoughts, but because of your behavior, you attracted somebody else's thoughts. Does it make sense? It is not contradictory. I just want to make sure that I'm making it clear. You create these thoughts based on your behavior, based on the things that you are entertaining in your mind, but they can be somebody else's thought that you attracted based on your behavior. Perfect. We got that right. I just want to make sure that we got that right. Now, the management plan then would be to modify your behavior, modify the things that you are entertaining in your mind, modifying the conversations that are coming into your mind. And also, when they come, what do I do with these thoughts? So instead of thinking negativity in everything that you see, you want to be a little bit more positive. You want to be a lot more positive, actually, and a lot more optimistic. And you want to know that this universal superconscious mind, remember the big circle that you drew last week? This circle, or this universal superconscious mind, it's all forgiven. It's all knowing, it's merciful, it's gracious, it's omnipresent, it's omnipotent. Oh, it's loving. Right? God is loving. God is loving. It's merciful. Now, if you work with God, right? If you make God your partner, He's a well, He's an ocean, He is just deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper it gets, right? So the first way, really, spiritually, to manage these thoughts is to start working with the universal superconscious mind. It's to try to work alliance. You're literally partnering with this universal superconscious mind, and you're working with her side by side. Okay, I'm going to use she because I am a she, so I don't confuse the pronouns. Okay, because she is positive, she is loving and grateful, she is merciful, she is forgiving, most merciful, she gives in abundance of supply. You want to start to align with those characteristics. You want to start to really partner with this universal superconscious mind's characteristics that we know of. You want to be loving, you want to be caring, compassionate, you want to show mercy in any aspect of your life. You want to be forgiving, forgive yourself and forgive others. You want to be a giver instead of a taker, right? You give in abundantly. You give graciously and joyously. Because remember, you're working with this universal superconscious mind. You're aligning and partnering with this universal superconscious mind. Spiritually, this is how you are going to attract nothing but the positive in your life. Because remember, when you start to do these things, her job is to look within the circle and see who else has these type of thoughts. And it doesn't have to be in the present moment. Nothing disappears. Ideas from Einstein, ideas from Newton, ideas from all these great inventors are still present in the present moment. Because remember, the past, it's never the past. The future is never the future. It's always in the present moment. So nothing passes away. Everything in this world is still active and still in this mind. So all you got to do is to align with this universal mind and get what you need from this universal mind. However, by thinking negative, by acting cruel, and by being so envious and jealousy and all that will not give you what you want in life. The only thing that will give you what you want in life is to align with what this universal subconscious mind is all about. She is all peace. She is all love. She is all compassion. She is all pure. She is all everything that you can think of that is good, the great, the significant, and the constructive. So that's one way you can do this. Another way you can add on to this is when the thoughts come to you, selfies, don't fight with them. Don't go into a battle with these thoughts because you shall never win. Remember, they are in the mind of the universal superconscious mind, so you cannot fight with them. You cannot fight with these thoughts because the universal superconscious mind is bringing these thoughts to you because she thought you want these thoughts. So you cannot fight with it. You cannot fight with her. You cannot fight with the thoughts. What you need to do is to hold on to these thoughts and make them yours. Accept them. That means acceptance. It's the second step in managing these intrusive thoughts. You're going to accept them. You're going to look at them. You know how when you have a baby, when the baby starts to cry, you do not throw the baby off the window. You do not start to fight with the baby. You do not start to yell at the baby because they're crying. What you do, sing a lullaby. You sing to the baby and you pamper the baby and you soothe the baby and you make the baby as comfortable as they can so they stop crying. Now, these thoughts are your babies. Think of them as your babies. What are you going to do with them? Now they're here. Now they're in your mind. You're going to accept them. Sing a lullaby. How do you sing a lullaby to a thought that is intrusive, that is unwelcoming, that is unpleasant? You accept them and say, I am a perfect person. I am a great person. I am aligned with the universal superconscious mind. I am positive. I am great. You say everything positive to yourself, not fight with that negative intrusive thought. All you're doing it, you are praising yourself and you're praising this universal superconscious mind because you're in the circle and she is all hearer. She is all seer. Okay, so she can hear what you're saying to yourself, and by you saying these things to yourself, the negative thought will drop off. You see, the negative thought will drop off and it's going to go and find someone who is thinking the same line. And for you that are thinking a positive thought, the universal subconscious mind, every 17 seconds you think of a positive thought, she will give you an identical thought that is similar to the thought that you're already having. You can never sow a peanut and a cashew comes out. Never. You can never sow a seed of mango and an orange grows out of it. You can never. So the seed grows after its own kind. Right? So if you sow a positive thought, you get a positive thought. If you sow a negative thought, you are going to get a similar thought like the thought that you were entertaining. Another way is to seek therapy. Now, what does therapy do? A therapist, a good therapist, will try to change the behavior. Remember what I said. You're attracting these thoughts, you're making them yours because of your behavior, because of your distorted thinking process, because of the way people think. Most of our thinking are distorted. Okay, you see someone, you make a conclusion of that person, you make a full scene in your mind, come to find out that is not what is the reality. Okay, so what a therapist would do for you is to confront or challenge your distorted thoughts. The therapist is going to challenge these thoughts and say, let's replace them with a little bit more positive thoughts. And the reason why we have all these therapists and everyone wants to help each other, because we want to make this place a better place. We want to transform life to be, heaven on earth. And again, the end results that every therapist wants for you is to increase more positivity in this universal superconscious mind. So they will work with you sessions after sessions after sessions to change the distorted thinking process, to change the false beliefs, to change the delusional beliefs, because delusional beliefs are fixed false ideas, right? Of a person or of a situation or a thing or whatever. The therapist is trying to work with you to change those processes. If these intrusive thoughts are associated with a mental disturbances such as anxiety, depression, obsessive compulsive disorder, or any of these mental disturbances or illnesses that are out there. For example, if they are associated with depression, we treat the depression. If they're associated with anxiety, the treatment is to treat the anxiety or the compulsive behaviors or the obsessive thoughts. Sometimes, when you go to see your primary care provider or your psychiatrist or any providers like that, they might, suggest medication to you as well, to say, hey, maybe if you take medication, we can work with you with therapy and bring those negative thoughts like, I want to kill myself, or I want to commit suicide, or I feel hopeless, or I feel helpless, there's no way out. All those things are negative thoughts. So sometimes medication can help and change those thought processes and make them a little bit more positive for you. And if you have not seen the video from last week, I'm going to insert that up here somewhere. Go ahead and watch that video and start the process and know what they are and where they're coming from. I hope this video helps. Peace be upon you and God Almighty's blessings.